Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the recipe on how to make a funkified Nigerian pancake. So come with me, let's see what we have. Today we're going to be making a quick pancake recipe. So yes, this is going to come in very handy, and this is 1 cup. So we're going to be measuring 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. Please come closer so that they get to see. You are going to be measuring 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So what I do is I take my flour through a sieve. We're just going to sieve this to ensure every debris, dirt, anything that is not flour is not going into our bowl. Right. Dust this off. 2nd cup. Repeat same process. Now we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So we're just going to use 1/2 cup of sugar into our 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Repeat the same process. Get anything that isn't sugar out of the way. We're going to add some pepper into this. Please, you can use fresh pepper if you want, but I am using dried grounded pepper. Now we're going to mix all of this, combine all of it together, and then I'm going to add a pinch of salt and mix again to ensure that this is properly combined. In another bowl, we're going to crack in some eggs, but just so that we are careful, this is a step I add or I take. I crack in the eggs into a smaller bowl first, just to be sure that I have no bad eggs. It's easier to throw away 1 bad egg than ruin an entire batch of eggs. Oops. Way healthier egg. So yeah, it works. It's not compulsory you did it, but oh well, it's not bad you do it as well. So you whisk your egg. Now I'm going to add in my melted butter and of course 1 cup of milk. So it means we can equate this 190 grams of milk to approximately a cup of milk. So it works. Now we whisk. Combine properly. Whisk, and combine properly. So now in your dry ingredients, you just make a hollow or a well in there, and then you add your wet ingredients in. You add and then you combine. Please feel free to use a whisk, a spatula, anything that helps you combine this properly. A whisk will be most appropriate for this, but just combine and keep adding your wet ingredients to loosen it up totally. Combine. Preferably, please use a whisk, but if you have a spatula, of course, by all means, you can use that. So you see, this is the right consistency I want. So I'll be using my Devon King's soya oil. What I'm going to do is I'm just putting this in a bowl, and I'll be using my brush to rub on the pan. So I'm oiling my pan, just oil it. The oil doesn't have to be too much. And I'm going to add my batter in it. I'll just swirl my pan around to ensure that the batter goes all around the pan, and then leave it to fry. Once you start to see holes at the top of the other side, you know that the other part of the batter is already cooking. Nonetheless, you need to let this part cook a little more If not, when flipping over, your whole pancake is going to lose the shape that you've tried to create. So yeah, this one tried to be silly, but let's see if I have superpowers like my mom to break. Oh, I don't, so I'm just going to let it fry like this. It still has a bit of the shape I want to achieve, so we're still on course. So repeat the same step. After taking out your first pancake, add the batter again, swirl your pan to give you the desired shape. Add a bit more batter just to be sure that you have what you want. Swirl the pan around, and then you leave it to cook. Please, when cooking this, cook on medium to medium heat, not very high heat. Like I said, when you start to see the holes on this part of the batter, you know that the bottom part is getting cooked. Flip to the other side. Yeah, this one, perfect. So just allow this to cook for like 60 seconds or 90 seconds. That's a minute and 30 seconds. And voila, pancake is ready. Perfectly cooked. Brown on the other side. Just how I like it. Just how I love it. So now we're going to be making our pancake filling, right? And to make the filling, we're going to start off the base with, remember the soya oil we were using to brush off the pan? We're going to add a bit of that into our pots. Can't tell you how nice this oil smells. It smells really nice. So we're going to let that get hot for a bit. These are the things we're going to use for our pancake filling. We have some diced onions, some grated garlic, some curry powder, some seasoning powder, thyme, some dried pepper, sea salt, and of course the star of the show, which is our minced meat. So you want to allow this to cook for a bit, for about 2 to 4 minutes, just so that the oil can release, the onion can release all of its flavors into the oil. So our onion has been cooking, so I'm going to add our minced meat. Now we're just going to let this brown and cook properly. Please break up the meat while you are cooking this. So the idea is to allow the meat cook until it releases all of its juice or water, which we really do not want. So we're still going to allow this cook for like another 5 minutes so that all the water can be evaporated from the meat, and then we'll start to add our seasoning. So most of the water has evaporated now. Now we're going to start seasoning to ensure that while the meat keeps cooking, all the seasonings get into it. So I'm going to add some seasoning powder, some curry powder, a bit of thyme. Please feel free to add whatever herbs or spices you would want to add in this. I like spicy food, so I'll add pepper to give it that kick, and of course salt to taste. All right, so we're just going to let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Our pancake filling is ready now, so come closer. For me, I prefer not to have any liquid or oil in this filling, so that when it goes into the pancake still retains its original form and state and taste without absorbing any of the oil from this filling. So we have our pancakes here. Very simple. You add the filling into the pancake, not too much, so you're able to roll your pancakes. Now there are two ways to roll your pancake. You can either roll it straight up like this and serve, or you add the filling you can use your hand. My hands are clean, so with clean hands, secure the filling into the first wrap, fold the edges of the pancake, and then you roll. This way it gives it another shape. So you see, it makes it look smaller than what it originally is, but my preference is always to roll my pancakes this way. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is when making your filling, you can add in whatever vegetable you please. So you can add in carrots, sweet corns, whatever you have or whatever you wish to include into your pancake filling, you can always add it. So it is not compulsory that you use only beef. You can use beef, you can use bacons, whatever you have available, you should be able to use that to make your pancake filling. So here we are, the upgraded Nigerian pancake. I can't wait to see what you make with this recipe, and I can't wait to have you back. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, like, share your comments and experiences. Bye, lovelies.